Welcome back to another episode of Plant-Based Dads. I'm Joey. We are a vegan, mostly whole food cooking channel. We do some Starch Solution. Sometimes there's some episodes with Tim. If you like what you hear so far, please hit that like button, show us some love, and please think about subscribing and becoming part of the Plant-Based Dads family. It has been a long week. As you know, I'm back at work. I'm a teacher. If you don't know, I have another whole channel called Sophomore Swag. Check out the link right here. My latest video is the first day of school. It's pretty exciting. You can see everything that happens to me at school on that channel there. It's all about teaching and education and all that stuff and my experiences at work, on a regular basis. All right, so today I'm going to talk about something that's been a problem for a very long time. I learned a lot in the last few months about myself, I've been thinking about this for about a year now, ever since, for a while now. And one of the issues that I go through every day is that why am I not losing weight the way High Carb Hannah did? Why am I not losing weight the way Plentiful Kiki did, or even the way Nini did? Nini lost 70 pounds. Now, Nini and I are friends, and she told me it took years to lose that weight. It didn't come off, but she was able to accomplish it too. I've been doing this since 2020, and I'm not getting the same result. And I sit here doing all this, and I've got this YouTube channel with over 40,000 subscribers, and I have a Facebook group that that I have about the Starch Solution, and there are 14,000 people in that group. There's constantly people saying, "Hey Joey, I tried your recipes, I'm doing the Starch Solution, I've lost 20 pounds, I've lost 30 pounds, I've cut oil out, I've lost 10 pounds. Like there's, thank you, I owe you, thank you so much for changing my life." And there's constantly these comments, and I'm sitting here going, I'm glad it worked for you. Like, it's not really doing anything for me. And I almost feel like, how can I help people do this if I'm not able to do it myself? And I've been struggling with this for so long, right? I know that if I'm like as skinny as High Carb Hannah, or if I'm as skinny as Plentiful Kiki, or even as Nini, Plant-Based Dads would have like 1 million subscribers. And the goal of PBD isn't to have 1 million subscribers, but that's what would happen, right? When you see a bodybuilder, with the muscles hanging out. Look, Derek Simnett, right? Derek Simnett channel. If you watch his Simnett Nutrition, there's no beautiful photography. There's nothing fancy. I mean, it's literally, him cooking in whatever kitchen he has with, making whatever food, which is nothing amazing. It's the same stuff that I'm making. But, the guy's got his shirt off in every thumbnail, and he's ripped, and he is the reason I started doing this. I'm not putting him down. I absolutely love Derek and Crystal. I mean, I love following them, and I just look at him and think, this is what I want to be. But is he doing anything different than I'm doing? Absolutely not. And he's like so much, more. Like, he's got so many more followers than I have. Why? Well, I can tell you why. Because he's shirtless in every thumbnail, and he looks absolutely amazing, and he's showing you what you can attain. Now, that's kind of the problem that I'm having. And I think about this all the time. And, to this point, no one's really said anything like, well, why isn't this working on you? Until this comment right here. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to put this on the screen. I did delete this comment because it's from user-YRC, like some name that's not real. So I deleted it because I'm not going to respond to this person, and I'm not going to leave it up there because they're not even a real person. They're not even brave enough to, to put their actual username down, right? So, and I'm here with showing you everything I've got. This is me. So it's not really a fair comparison, but I want to read this comment to you, and then I want to talk about this. This person, he or she, they're absolutely right? Like, but I want to tell you what the difference is and why this is happening. This person says, I am an avid watcher and subscriber. So this is someone who follows the show, and they're a subscriber. I love everything about your show, including your personality and your wonderful recipes and your family. So they're not being vindictive or mean or anything like that, right? But they are asking a question I've asked myself many times. However, as a starch-based, whole food plant-based eater, I struggle watching many times because I don't understand why neither of you have lost any weight on the starch-based eating plan. I feel like if I eat your recipes, I'm not ever going to lose weight. Now, I understand that, but these are the same recipes that High Carb Hannah makes and Plentiful Kiki and Derek Simnett. So it isn't the recipes, all right? I've been on the McDougall plan for over 7 years, and I am troom, I don't know what that means, as well as everyone else that I watch on YouTube eating this way. It makes me think that you are cheating somewhere along the line and not eating the McDougall way. All right. I'm sure you will delete my comment, which I did, but I'm sure there are others of those of us watching for all these years wondering why your weight is still high. Prove to us this works for the positive. So I don't know that I need to prove anything to you. Again, this is not a reflection of your personalities or your show. She's already said she loves the show, she loves the personalities. Just struggling to understand why the starch-based diet doesn't seem to be working for either of you. Listen, you don't need to tell me that. I know that. I've been dealing with it for years. So that comment made me realize that I need to address this. And it also made me realize I had already started changing some things to figure this out, but it also made me realize I should probably share this with you. So from that comment, this person is absolutely right? How is it that I'm eating this way, but I'm not reaping the benefits? So I decided I'm going to look online and put my body weight, my size, and all that into the BMR calculator. I forget what it stands for. It's a basal metabolic rate or something. I don't know. But into that calculator that tells you how many calories you burn every day just being awake, right? And that number is the number you can't eat more than if you want to just maintain your weight. If you want to lose weight, you have to have a calorie deficit. No matter what diet you're doing, if you don't have a calorie deficit, you're not losing weight. You're gaining weight on anything you're doing, including the Starch Solution. So I put in my information, and it does that BMR, and it tells me that I burn 1,800 calories a day. 1,800 just being awake and doing nothing else, even if I don't exercise. And that's what I've been using for years. Okay, so you've heard me say the Starch Solution, right? If you have a potato that's about 300 calories and some broccoli, it's about 50 calories on a plate, and it's 350 calories, and you do that 3 times a day, right? You've got 1,050 calories. Not that you should eat 1,050 calories a day, but you've seen me do that, right? And then you can go back for seconds and all that. You've seen me and Kiki say, start with a plate of food, break it up into a 50-50 or whatever the separation is, and take a plate, and if you're hungry after that, go back for a second plate, but just eat the non-starchy vegetables first, and you can have a third plate. So we've made it sound like, because the Starch Solution tells us that, we've made it sound like you can eat as much as you want in this diet and not worry about calories, right? So, and then I think about that and think, okay, I don't even have to worry about this. I'll just eat what I want. Now, I'm a volume eater, right? So I can sit there and eat a lot of potatoes and a lot of rice, especially rice. Oh man, I could put rice away. And rice is not low in calories. It's low compared to, some of the other foods out there, but a cup of rice is like, I don't know, 300 calories or something. I mean, it's not low in calories, but it's supposed to fill you up, right? Like I can plow right through rice. So here's what I've learned. That 1,800 calories, that's not correct, because I was doing a diet of 1,500 to 1,600 calories from what I estimate. And in 2020, that was working for me. Weight started coming off when I first started the Starch Solution. I was younger then, right? I was 4 years younger then when I was doing that. So, and it started coming off. And I was also in seclusion, right? Everything, it was closed down. We were in quarantine, and I wasn't leaving the house. So it was really simple for me to just make food here, eat when I was hungry, and just have starches and non-starches. And that was really why that worked for me. Everyone else gained the COVID-19, 19 pounds. I lost it. I literally lost 20 pounds during the beginning of COVID because I wasn't eating outside the house. So you've seen those videos. That's kind of how I got to where I am, right? Here's what I realized. First of all, I told myself, after that 20 pounds, right, weight started not coming off the way it used to. In fact, my just eating what I normally eat would start giving me weight back on. And, I thought I'm eating the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. Now, there are times when I'm eating outside the house, right? When I'm eating stuff with oil in it. I'm eating out with my family. Like, I have a life and I have a family, And, I'm just not going to make everything about our meals about me. I can't do that, right? So, there are times when I just have to eat outside the house and I'm going to get oil. There's nothing that I could do. And I understand that. I'm a grown man. I'm not going to make everything about what goes in my mouth. That's just stupid, right? So I need to have more to my life than this. So are there times when I have to cheat on this? Absolutely, right? But I noticed, and I keep track of my weight every day, and I have a spreadsheet for the last 6 years, right? I can go back and tell you the last time I weighed what I weigh right now. And right now what I weigh, the last time I weighed that was Thanksgiving in 2022. The weight I'm down to right now, I haven't been at in over almost a year, 10 months. So I know exactly when that is. Here's what's been screwing me up, and I'm going to tell you. I can't eat 1,800 calories a day to maintain weight. That is wrong. When we were on the cruise recently, they had this thing for $100 where they put you on this machine and it tells you your BMR rate, and then they sell you this product with all these horrible ingredients in it that helps you detox and resets, and you take it for a year and it's like $1,000. I don't care about any of that. Here's what I wanted. I wanted to stand on that machine and get kind of connected to it, and I wanted it to tell me what my BMR is, my basal metabolic rate. So we did that. And that machine told me that I was just under 1,400 calories a day, like 13 something, which was an eye-opener, right? I'm not eating 13 something calories a day. I'm eating 15 something calories a day, which is supposed to be a calorie deficit from the 18 that the online thing tells me. So wait a minute. Are we saying that if I don't exercise every day, that I automatically am already at a 100 calorie increase over what I'm supposed to be eating to lose weight as a deficit? That's the case. So I suddenly realized that, I'm gaining weight every day because I'm eating too many calories at 1,500 calories a day. So I now realize on the ship, I need to have less than 13 something calories a day just to have a deficit. And really, I think that machine is off. I think it's more like 1,200 calories a day. Now that's extremely low. That's really low. But we have to look at this. High Carb Hannah, Plentiful Kiki, Nini Girl, who's one of my best friends, they're not 60 years old, right? They don't have the same metabolism as I do. They're much younger, and just 5 years ago, my metabolism is different. But I'm going to hit 60 years old here really soon. I'm going to be 59 in a few months, and then I'll be 60. I don't have a 30-year-old metabolism. So in the last few years, it's slowed down greatly. So why am I not losing weight? I can tell you right now. I'm eating too many calories, and I didn't realize I was doing it. At first, I thought, you know what? For the last few years, I'm bad at losing weight. I'm horrible at losing weight. I lose the same 3 pounds every week. And then I looked at my spreadsheet for since 2016, however many years, and it shows Monday through Thursday, I lose 3 pounds, 4 pounds every week, sometimes 5, sometimes 1. But I lose weight every Monday through Thursday. And then I don't weigh myself, and I weigh myself on Friday morning, and that's kind of my weight for the week, right? So, I'll be 162 on Friday. Right? Okay, I'm 162, I'm really great, right? I'm really happy with myself. I lost 3 pounds this week. And then on Monday, I weigh myself, and I'm 165, right? Now I'm 3 pounds heavier. So now I work all week to lose that 3 pounds again. And then on the next Friday, I'm 161.6. All right, so I've lost a little weight since last weekend, but I did spend all week losing 3 pounds. And then I weigh myself on Monday again, and I've gained 2.5 pounds. And this has gone on for many, many years. So reason number 2, I'm not losing weight is because I am a weekend binger. During the week, I eat at home, or I eat the food I bring with me to work. I don't eat outside the house. During the weekend, I'm a teacher, so everything happens on the weekend. I literally have to get up, film on the weekend, then we need to get to the store and Sprouts and Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and Costco and sometimes Fry's, Kroger where you are. I got to get to all these stores. That's an entire day. I got to stop and get a salad somewhere. I don't always have my dressing with me, so now I've got a salad with oil in it because it's the only one that doesn't have cream in the dressing, so I've got to get an oil-based dressing. Like, and I just can't eat salad with lemon on it, right? Like, I need a dressing. So now I'm eating outside the house. So we're stopping at, Taco Bell, and I'm getting a bean burrito because the refried beans there are vegan, and I've got, tomatoes in it and onions and all that stuff, but it's made with oil. So is the flour shell, right? So, the weekend is just a nightmare for me. And then that's when our friends want to go out to dinner and catch up. That's when, we're running around, and we don't get to see Lexx all week because he's in school or he's in swimming or he's doing homework, and he wants to go to Scottsdale Fashion Square, walk around the mall and get Wetzel's pretzels, right? So it's just one thing after another. And I don't want to give up my time with my son walking around the mall, the one time he wants to get out of the house and he hasn't left all week. Like, the weekend is a nightmare for me. So issue number 2 is I am a weekend binger, and I'm telling you this. Am I bad at losing weight? No, I'm an expert at losing weight. I've lost 3 pounds a week for almost 8 years. That's hundreds of pounds. I've lost hundreds of pounds, right? But I've also gained it back every weekend, which is so frustrating. So that's kind of problem number 2 with this. Problem number 3 is the Starch Solution. As much as I love the Starch Solution, right? And let me just tell you, I'm healthy. Every time we go for blood work, for my age and all that, I had that tumor thing on the back of my eye for however many years they took out. I recovered from that like so quick, right? I'm healthy as you can get. But the Starch Solution and the stuff that the people are saying and the influence and all that, it's not true for everyone. If you have a metabolism that only burns 1,200 calories a day, you can't eat second and third plates. You can't have 2 baked potatoes and a thing of broccoli on a plate for every meal. That's too many calories, right? If you have 2 whole baked potatoes, which I could put away simply, right? That's 600 calories just for the potatoes. A little bit of side dish, broccoli or whatever. Now you're at 700 calories for that one meal. 3 times a day, that's 2,100 calories, right? Even 2 times a day, that's 1,400 calories. I have that twice a day, right? Twice a day. And I've now got a calorie surplus. So the Starch Solution has been a problem for me. Now, am I going to continue to do it? I am. I'm convinced that it is the key to health. I love everything about how my microbiome feels, from the starches, the non-starches, the oil-free lifestyle, all of it. I'm not saying the Starch Solution doesn't work. I'm saying that people out there, influencers doing the Starch Solution and telling you they lost 70 pounds and it fell off and they ate as much as they wanted, that's not working for everyone. It's not working for me. And if you have a low metabolism, it's not working for you. So to the person who asked why this is happening, to prove it, right? Listen, let me just tell you, you and I are not the same. I'm not high carb Hannah. I'm not plentiful Kiki, right? I'm not even my best friend Nini girl. I'm none of those. They're all 30 or under, right? With a much more active metabolism. So, how did I figure this out, right? Well, the cruise ship gave me the information that I needed, but I already knew it ahead of time. Here's what I did about a month before the cruise. I realized that my BMR number was incorrect, that it wasn't 1,800 calories. And I figured it probably wasn't even 15, because that's about where I was with the Starch Solution, about 1,500 calories. So I did something pretty drastic. I decided I'm going to start at a low number of calories every day for a few days to figure out if weight comes off consecutively. So I lived for a week on 1,000 calories to see what would happen. And the only way to make sure I got 1,000 calories was to eat the same meal every day, which was a smoothie. So I made a 500 calorie smoothie, and I had it twice a day. And I made sure I stuffed it with everything I could to get the 500 calories in. And I'd have one at noon, and I'd have one at 6 p.m. And that's all I ate. And I was not hungry, right? I was satisfied. And days went by, and by the end of the first week, 5 pounds was gone, right? And I was like, all right, look at this. I'm controlling my calories. So then the next week I upped it to 1,100 calories. And weight still was coming off, but not as much. And then the next week I upped it to 1,200 calories. And I did not exercise during this time. I needed to know what my number is. And at 1,200 calories, weight was still coming off for that week, but very little. We were losing like a half a pound a week. So I knew it was somewhere around 1,300 calories. So now, before we even got on that cruise, I probably needed to look at 1,300 calories, right? That was probably my BMR, and I needed less than that to have a deficit. Otherwise, without the deficit, you're not losing weight. So I literally have to have 1,100 calories a day or less to have a 200 calorie deficit. That's it. Do you know what 1,100 calories looks like? It's not a lot of food. Even on the Starch Solution, it's not a lot. So you see my other videos, I get up every morning and walk 2 miles. And then before the evening's over, I walk 2 miles again. So I do get some exercise in. So there's some room for adjustment, right? So I've kind of set myself up now with a 1,200 calorie marker. 1,200 calories is not something you should do. If you have a normal metabolism, if you're not if you're not a senior citizen, 1,200 calories is probably not what you should do. But that's what I'm doing. And I'm not telling you that you need to eat this way. I'm not telling you any of this stuff. I'm not telling you, I show you what I eat to show you what I'm doing, not to tell you to eat this way. Eat however you want. But I believe a starch-based diet with starches and non-starches is the key to health, however it works out, whether you're getting too many calories or not. Right now, my weight is 171.2 pounds. That's what it is today. When I started this whole thing, and I started it right as school ended in May, it was 179. Now I've lost about 8 of those pounds off again. All because all I'm doing, right, is 2 things. 1, I'm making sure I have a calorie deficit. I'm knowing that I cannot go over 1,200 calories, and that's it. And the other thing is, I'm not eating out on the weekends. I'm just changing that. You saw in the last video, I knew we were gonna eat out a salad. I brought my own dressing. And let me tell you, it was amazing, right? I mean, there was hummus on the table. Lexx was eating that. But, I had 1 slice of bread with the hummus, and that's it. And I didn't eat any more of it. So, does the Starch Solution work? It absolutely does if you want to be healthy, right? For sure. But does it work the same for everyone as far as calories? It does not. So I'm not bashing the Starch Solution. I'm continuing to do it. It's my way of life, and I absolutely love it. But I am counting my calories. So to this user, user-YR1 something, 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 you're not telling me anything I didn't already know. I thank you for the kind words about loving the show and all that, but I'm here to tell you, I'm sorry I'm not High Carb Hannah. I'm sorry I'm not Plentiful Kiki. I'm sorry I'm not any of those people, that are 30 years old and have a higher metabolism. I'm just me. All right, I've been worried about talking about this. I've been very nervous, but the one thing I do with this channel is show you who we really are. To the people who met us in New York, Rob and Ken and Michael, they will tell you, if you ever see them, what you see on the camera, that's who I am in person. That's who we are, right? So this is full disclosure, and I've got nothing to hide. I'm just too old to lie about this stuff. That's the one thing I have over, all the other channels who show you with thumbnails and all that, and how skinny they are on the thumbnail, lost 70 pounds with the shirt off. Like, none of that stuff. You're not going to be any of that stuff because you're not them. You're different, and you really need to compare yourself to yourself, not to those people. Keep it real. I mean, don't let influencers show you a picture of something that you may not be able to attain. I'm all for doing everything you can to get to your healthy body weight. But depending on your age, we may have different ideas of that, of what it should be. That's our video for today. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and click on that bell. You get notified every time we have a new video, usually every Tuesday. And leave a comment below. Does this resonate with you? Does this make any sense to you? Do you agree with that person that I need to prove something to you, that I need to prove it, or this, you won't believe anything I'm saying? If that's the case, leave a comment below and let me know. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.